Let's queer up gay culture. Gay conservative Chad Felix Greene criticizes the singular they pronoun. Journalist and self-described gay conservative Chad Felix Greene has sparked controversy by attacking the use of the they as a singular pronoun and criticizing the American Psychological Association for endorsing its usage. Writing for the Federalist, Greene declared, quote, "The APA style guide is widely used in academics writing, and the decision to essentially create a new usage for an established pronoun is absurd," end quote. However, contrary to Greene's claim, the usage of the they as a singular pronoun is far from new. Dennis Barron, a professor of English and linguistics at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, pointed out in a 2018 Oxford English Dictionary blog post that the pronoun dates back to 1375, appearing in the medieval romance William and the Werewolf. Barron also highlighted the widespread and often unconscious use of the singular they. Linguist Geoff Nunberg echoed these sentiments on NPR's Fresh Air in 2016 after the American Dialect Society named they their word of the year for 2015. This recognition came after President Barack Obama used they as a singular pronoun in his State of the Union address. As respected figures like William Shakespeare and Jane Austen and institutions like the APA, the Oxford English Dictionary, and Merriam-Webster have embraced inclusive pronouns usage, Greene's objection seems increasingly out of touch with both historical precedents and contemporary practice. It's funny. I'm a trans woman. In case you all didn't realize. Okay. I'm trans.
We're breaking news here.
Breaking news. You all thought I was cisgender, didn't you? But no, seriously, I myself have to admit it. And I get so embarrassed. When I am around a gender non-conforming person, I will slip. I get like tongue-tied with the they and them, and I just automatically want to gender the person. But I'm getting better at it. But I will say this. We do it. In the story I just read, if someone leaves their cell phone someplace and you don't know who that person is, you're going to say, they left their cell phone. Are they going to come back? And you're referring to the person because you don't know the gender. So we do it in language, but it's just, I find it awkward, and I'm not going to try to pretend that I don't.
But I was going to say, sometimes I think too, we're lazy. We don't want to learn something new. I tell people, and since you opened the door, trans community, gay men over the age of 50, their language in regards to people of trans experience is abysmal. They have to be re-educated, and oftentimes they really don't want to be.
Yeah.
I think it's I've watched people struggle with it, and whether it's older or younger, and I really feel like sometimes it's the embarrassment of doing it wrong. So before anyone opens their mouth, misgendering someone from the get-go and just really fumbling through those conversations. I'm gonna own it. I have a content manager, and they are amazing. But sometimes I get quick in my day and I'm fumbling through text messages and I say she, and I screw that up. The thing about it though is that I'm very open and humble about I am going to screw this up, and I fucked that up. And she's allowed me to actually. There it is.
Yeah.
They've allowed me to actually come back and say, hey, look, that's not my intention. I'm sorry. I'm struggling with this. Please help me and give me that grace.
And most people, I'm sorry, Alex, most people will actually give you the grace. Try playing pool, having a couple beers and you're getting your butt kicked and you turn around and you're like, dude, she, and then you're like, and this happened to me. And so, but there was a lot of grace that was shown. But make the attempt.
You can tell when someone honestly makes a mistake, and you can tell when someone's being shady. You can tell. It's a difference.
I can't comment much on APA style. I know a lot more about AP style. And there's actually Roy Peter Clark did this great book, The Glamour of Grammar, and he did a whole chapter on the concept of the singular they. Both in how we really, as you were mentioning earlier, your English teacher told you not to do it, but people have not been listening to English teachers for a long time, nor should we. We should, language changes, it's properly defined or whatever. But also, the most important thing is you shouldn't be deciding APA style based on a Federalist blog. This is a right-wing conservative. They are doing this just to mess with us. They did this with the term Latinx a few years ago. And I remember they're like, that's not how, you're not using the genders of Latino in Spanish language properly. I'm like, I'm not talking about how we use the word in the Spanish language, which they're trying to use the word E as a neutral instead of as well. Like, we're trying to talk about how we talk about something in the English language, and you're clearly trying to use this as a workaround to shame anyone who just wants to be inclusive, to just get your way to force this heteronormative ideas that they're trying to push. And like, the people at the Federalist, they're helping with stuff like Project 2025. They wanted to delete the term sexual orientation that is in Project 2025's language. They wanted to delete the term gender and reproductive rights. They are very open about how they want to jail people who have doing anything. They think anyone who does any pictures of drag is pornography. They think they should be jailed. If you're a teacher who is done a picture of a drag queen, they say you're distributing pornography, they should be a registered sex offender. That is what this right-wing groups are talking about. And that's the stakes whenever you see someone doing this stuff. They're not trying to be nice. They're just trying to start something.
Go Kamala.
I think we're going to see more of these, these attacks, whether they're from language, identity. They're going to be amped up to the nth degree over the next several months. So get out and vote.
Yes.
Lord.